sanctions are only going up. These sanctions are only getting worse. These sanctions are only becoming more painful for him, his economy, his future, for the Russian people. And this discussion about other kinds of weapons that he might use, this may be an indication. This rising sanctions and other problems that he's got, may be an indication that he is looking for a way out. He's backed into a corner. It's clear he's made a horrible decision, and sanctions make it even clearer.
So I want to talk about the potential of chemical weapons in just a moment, but Putin says to the contrary, that these sanctions have actually benefited Russia. He said that Russia, quote, acquires new competencies and restores old ones at a new technological level, essentially that Russia can innovate their way out of this. Maybe this is putting a party hat on a pile of sanctions, but I wonder, what do you make of that assessment?
Rubbish. Rubbish, Victor. It's clear that his economy is hemorrhaging. The exchange rate, the investors fleeing, the businesses fleeing, the individual Russians are paying the price. If President Putin thinks that he's benefiting from this, he's in a dream world.
So on the talks, there's this conversation that President Putin had with the Belarusian President Lukashenko, in which he said that there have been certain positive advances in the negotiations with Ukraine. Vice President Harris says that Putin's not really interested in serious diplomacy. The talks in Belarus, the second round there was no fruit from those. There was nothing from the meeting between the foreign ministers yesterday in Turkey. Do you see any evidence of positive advances?
No evidence so far of positive advances on the Russian side. I will say that the Ukrainians have been very serious. The Ukrainians have been serious, obviously, when Foreign Minister Kuleba was there in Turkey. He was ready to talk, and it was clear that Foreign Minister Lavrov was not. On the Belarusian-Ukrainian border discussions, they've had, three sessions now. Nothing's come out of those. And again, the Ukrainians have been serious. They sent a defense minister and the senior person in President Zelensky's political party, and the Russians sent a former minister of culture. So they're not. It's not obvious that they're serious. However, the door is open. The Ukrainians are ready to discuss. President Zelensky is ready to have a conversation with President Putin. Yeah. So the Ukrainians are ready to have this conversation. They've got demands. Ukrainians clearly have demands, and the first one is ceasefire. That's the first issue on the table.
Yeah. On the chemical weapons, the president said today that, one, there will be severe consequences for Russia if they use chemical weapons in Ukraine. He also said that the U.S. will not start World War III, which he said would be going in with these offensive weapon systems with U.S. military. If it's left to just sanctions, is there a diplomatic option commensurate with using chemical weapons? Or do you believe there should be a military response if that red line is crossed?
So, Victor, the response, the first response will be horror. The first response will be disgust. And this is around the world. This will further cement Russia as a pariah state. And that has implications, Victor. That, for him, because of the mass casualties that you just talked about with the general, that will be just a demonstration of the depravity, of the brutality, and it will just further isolate Russia, number one. Number two, there are additional sanctions that can be taken. President, we just talked about the effect of sanctions so far, and those can certainly be continued. So that's still to come.
All right, Ambassador William Taylor, thank you.